So in the last class we discussed in FM receiver noise. In the continuation of the topic itself, the equation last we stopped in yesterday's class is LD of T is equals to 1 by 2 pi AC differentiation of R of T sine psi of T. So that is based on the assumption. That the assumption is what? I want to make that equation very simple. Simple means what? Instead of using R of T sine psi of T to phi of T as psi of T minus phi of T. So a psi of T is called as the phase of the noise. Phi of T is called as the phase component of the carrier or modulated signal S of T. So referring to that psi of T minus phi of T, we know that psi of T, which is the phase of the noise component, distributed uniformly over the region 0 to 2 pi. So as it is distributed in the form of uniform distribution, and I am assuming psi of T minus phi of T is also uniformly distributed. The difference between these two is also uniformly distributed. So as it is again the difference is also uniformly distributed, that means what? A rho of phi of T is almost constant. A rho of phi of T is almost constant. Whatever the variations takes place, it is only because of the phi of T, psi of T noise component. So based on that, we remove the phi of T from the equation. ND of T approximately equals to 1 by 2 pi D differentiation of R of T sin psi of T minus phi of T is there. Now phi of T is only written. Psi of T is only written, phi of T is approximately make it remove. That is one of the important assumptions. Based on that assumption, the equation number 17. So that yesterday the equation is ND of T is approximately equals to 1 by 2 pi AC sin 1 by 2 pi AC differentiation of the sin psi of T. Actually, the psi of T minus phi of T. Actually, this one there is what? ND of T is equals to difference 1 by 2 pi AC differentiation of sin psi of T minus phi of T. So again, I want to make it simple. For the simplification purpose, I am using one of the important assumptions is what? As we know that this psi of T is uniformly distributed over a region 0 to 2 pi, and phi of T will be constant. And constant means what? I am assuming this psi of T minus phi of T, as psi of T is uniformly distributed, the difference is also uniformly distributed. If this assumption is true, I can remove the, because fluctuation is only, difference is only depends upon the psi of T, then the role of this second term is going to become negligible. So I remove it. So ultimately the equation we stopped the yesterday's class is equation number 17. Okay. Now referring to this psi of T, R of T into psi of T, R of T into psi of T. So this R of T sin psi of T, referring to equation 2, this topic equation 2, we expressed noise in terms of envelope and phase. Noise in terms of envelope phase, that is N of T is equals to R of T cos 2 pi f c t plus psi of T. So if I express that in terms of canonical form, it is going to become R of T R I of T cos 2 pi f c t or cos psi t, and R q of T into sin pi psi t. So it is low pass form. So I can take this sin of term is there. If it is a cos term, it is going to become in phase component. As it is a sin, it is going to become quadrature component of the noise in its low pass form. Psi of T is there. 2 pi f c t is not there. In its low pass form, it is going to become NQ of T. It's very important. Next I will be presenting my ND of T in terms of NQ of T. So what is it NQ of T? This term look like R of T sin T. R of T sin of psi of T is look like something right ND of T. So N of T because right here N of T in terms of this R of T in low pass form R of T cos psi T, or I take this as Ri of T or Ni of T. Anyway, you can use it Ni of T cos psi T minus NQ of T sin R of T. So R of T because this magnitude is R of T. I can write this in the canonical form or in its in-phase and quadrature components. So thus this we take as a in-phase component Ni of T and second term we refer as a NQ of T. As these two terms are same, I can refer this term instead of referring to R of T sin psi of T, simply I take this as a NQ of T. Okay. So now that based on this, the equation modifies to ND of T approximately equals to 1 by 2 by AC differentiation of NQ of T. Equation number 19. Okay, so that the 18 equation is related to what? Writing the in terms of cos and sin. So referring this equation 19, it's a clear simplified form of ND of T. It's a simplified form of ND of T. Next phase is related to working with this. Again, we need to work with this ND of T in terms of NQ of T. This is the fourth phase. In the previous classes, we have completed 3 phases of the derivation. The fourth phase of derivation is the last phase of derivation related to this equation. A further operation we need to do with this NQ of T, x plus NQ of T in terms of, ND of T in terms of NQ of T. Okay. This means that the additive noise ND of T appears at the discriminator output is determined effectively by the carrier amplitude AC, by the carrier amplitude and quadrature component of the N of T. The conclusion related to this question number 19. Okay, this means that additive noise ND of T appearing at the discriminator output, which is the receiver output, is determined effectively by the carrier amplitude. 2 pi is a constant. AC is a variable, okay? AC and NQ of T depends upon these two terms. That means I can find this ND of T, which is the output discriminator output noise in terms of this carrier amplitude AC and the quadrature component of the noise signal N of T. NQ of T is a quadrature component of the noise N of T. Okay. Now we start finding SNR naught. We have started finding SNR naught. This is still a simplification. We have done a lot of simplifications because you know that FM system is a non-linear. Usually its analysis becomes more complex. Now referring to equation 16, I think that referring to equation 16 that will be output V of T is equals to Kf M of T plus ND of T. So if we will discuss ND of T further, we will go for the average power of the noise component. Anyway, we know message, first component is called the signal component and the signal component average power So referring to equation 16, referring to equation 16, average power of the signal term, right? Signal term means actually it is a message signal term, that is kf into m of t, kf into m of t at the discriminator output is given by, see my component is this signal component at output of the discriminator is what? Kf m of t plus nd of t, v of t is output of the discriminator, which is equals to kf m of t plus nd of t. Nd of t is called as a noise component, so we need to find the average power of this noise component. We will do it later. So we know the first term is called as signal component. The signal term, it is available in the form of message signal. So now you try to find the average power of this. So average power of this is what? Kf is called as what? Modulator sensitivity. For frequency modulator, it is the kf is hertz per volt. So it is hertz per volt, which is going to become constant. And m of t, we discussed in the starting of the average power of the m of t is equals to p. Average power of the m of t is p. That's what I will take this kf square p. Kf square is a constant term. I am squaring it because every term must be a square for power. And p itself is the average power. That's what, no need to do it 1 by 2. So a small confusion here is what? Usually in all the cases we are doing power means what? Square the amplitude. Power means square the amplitude and it's multiplied by 1 by 2 for the purpose of average power. So that 1 by 2 is because of what? You know, when minimum is 0, its maximum by 2 itself is called as average. When the minimum is, my reference is 0, or even general definition of average is what? Maximum minus minimum divided by 2. Maximum minus minimum divided by 2. In case of minimum is 0 or ground, then it is simply maximum by 2, or it will be whatever the difference we are having, it's 1 by 2 into that. That's what we are multiplying 1 by 2. But in this case, I am not doing the 1 by 2 multiplication because already p is there in the form of average power itself. P itself is in average. No need to go for 1 by 2 once again. So this is one of the important concepts. Okay. After that, next we move to the ND of T. To determine the average power of noise component ND of T, which is proportional to the time derivative of quadrature component NQ of T. That's what from the equation number 19. From the equation number 19, ND of T is approximately equals to 1 by 2 pi AC derivative of R of T sin psi T. So it's the sin psi T means what? Actually it's NQ of T. Since now we start with that, the concept is what? Equation 19 is very important for the discussion of average power of the noise. So once again I will write the equation number 19 so that it becomes very easy for us to think properly. ND of T is equals to approximately 1 by 2 pi AC derivative of R of NQ of T. Yes, it is equation number 19. So this is the fourth phase. It is the fourth phase for the derivation of figure of merit for FM receiver. Okay. So in this case, you observe the equation. Observe the equation. ND of T depends upon the derivative of NQ of T. So derivative of NQ of T. in time domain, derivative of time domain. I think in the module 2, while discussing discriminator topic, one of the concept we used, frequency domain signal multiplied by z2 pi f is equal to derivative of its time domain components. Frequency domain signal into z2 pi f is equals to derivative of that signal in time domain. In opposite way, derivative of a signal in time domain, can be written in frequency domain. Simply take the frequency domain of this term multiplied by z2 pi f. So it's very important concept. Okay, so I'll write it once again. I'll write, because before that I want to explain you what is the change we expect in next. So here there is what derivative of time function, which is equivalent to, frequency domain representation of this multiplied by z2 pi f. So I am doing that next. Okay. To determine average power of the output noise, note that ND of t at the discriminator output is proportional to the time derivative of the quadrature component of the noise NQ of t. Yes, it is depends upon the NQ derivative of NQ of t time domain. Since the next change is since differentiation of a time function, I'll write it there. This is one of the important concepts. Differentiation of a time function corresponds to or equivalent to multiplication of its ft, its Fourier transform, that's a frequency domain, by j2 pi f. It is one of the important concept which is a property of signal in Fourier domain, either maybe in time domain or in the frequency domain, vice versa. In time domain it is a differentiation, in the frequency domain it is going to be multiplied by j2 pi f. If any frequency domain signal is multiplied by this, I can back to a differentiation of that. Okay, so with this concept, anyway it is there here, differentiation, it is there in the form of derivative. Next I am going to move into frequency domain multiplied by j2 pi f. Okay. So next is what? Multiplication by z2 pi f means. Multiplication by z2 pi f means what? Just I will make to pass ND of t, NQ of t, I am giving as an input to a box. This box is having transfer function j2 pi f. Transfer function is equal to any box you can take, no problem, but transfer function of equal is j2 pi f. So what I am getting output here? So output is equal to what? Input into transfer function. Output is equal to input into transfer function. So as it is in frequency domain, I will take its frequency domain, I will pass through a box having transfer function j2 pi f. Output is equal to what? j2 pi f into this signal Z 2 pi f into ft of the given signal is my ND of f. ND of f. So that is the ultimate objective for the fourth phase. With this, I can write yes. So I'll drop this one because. So based on this concept, so before the differentiation term is what? Before the differentiation term, we have a 1 by 2 by AC, and the derivative is what? It is multiplication by Z 2 pi f. So 2 pi get cancelled. So which is equals to JF divided by AC. So I'm going to get this term. Differentiation will be what? J 2 pi f into N Q of f, that is my ND of f equals to. In frequency domain, ND of f equals to 1 by 2 pi AC. Frequency domain NQ of f multiplied by Z 2 pi f. So once I simplify it, so my ND of f equals to NQ of f. Okay. So now I will take the power spectral density of this and this term. Because only the noise components are there. I want to work with the power. I want average power now. So for that purpose, I want to express these in terms of their power spectral densities. That's what S N D of F is equals to F square power. F is amplitude, either maybe voltage or current component part as an amplitude part of this. So J square is going to become 1, F square divided by AC square PSD S N Q of F. I think call this equation number as 20. So this is what the change from the 19 to 20. The 19 equation ND of T approximately equals to 1 by 2 pi AC differentiation of R of T sin phi of T, or it is a simply NQ of T, differentiation of NQ of T. Now the differentiation of NQ of T will be converted into in the power spectral density of the ND of T in terms of power spectral density of the NQ of T. So this equation is very important. The equation 20. By using this, next we are moving towards power spectral density. I know, then I can think of its average power. Then I can think of its average power. Okay. Next, we need to work with this. If I know this, then I can think of it. Anyway, AC is what? It is a carrier amplitude. The next term, I want to know this. What is that NQ of F or NQ of T? Quadrature component of the noise. Quadrature component of the noise. So now again we need to get back to figure 1. FM receiver model. Noisy FM receiver model. Back to the figure 1. Okay. So in that figure 1, there is a one band pass filter. In the first stage only, in the starting point only, there is a common band pass filter. It is as a part of IF section we have taken. As a part of IF section, we are using that band pass filter. or as a role of tuned amplifier, the band pass filter is represented. So you back to that band pass filter now. Okay. So with the band pass filter, which is the equivalent of the tuned amplifier of IF section, N of t will have a PSD. N of t will have a PSD similar to band pass filter. So I will give you what is the W of t? You know, yes, W of F, input noise, white noise, is having power spectral density N naught by 2 from minus infinity to plus infinity, and this what I have 0. Input noise, power spectral density, yes, W of F, because my W of T is input noise, AWG noise before the band pass filter. So next is what? Next, this signal is passes through a band pass filter having H of F with what actually the specification of band pass filter? Band pass filter is having pass band bandwidth BD. BD is a transmission bandwidth required for a given S of t, and center frequency is Fc. Similarly, it is there on negative side minus Fc, and this width is BD. When I pass this noise through a band pass filter having transfer function like this, what I get output? Only noise so it passes only this much noise, the remaining noise will be attenuated because pass band passes, stop bands attenuates. So output is going to look like this. This is for the noise available at output of the band pass filter. Yes, N of F. Filter noise N of T. Power spectral density S N of F. Amplitude same. I think your decorate is the height is N naught and this width is BT and total area is equals to N naught BT. Okay. So by this diagram only, then the quadrature component of NQ of T of this N of T. What is the N of T I know? N of T I know. From this N of T, is it possible to think of NQ of T? So this is what figure A, B and C. So I am writing it once again. From figure C, it is PSD of N of T. If once I know the PSD of N of T, is it possible to think the PSD of NQ of T or not? Because NQ of T is a quadrature component of this. Okay. So then how can I express this N of T? N of T is equal to Ni of T cos 2 pi FCT. If phase is 0, phase difference minus NQ of T sin 2 pi FCT. Now I want only this. So you observe these terms. N of T basically it is band pass filter output. The filter noise. Filtering is in the form of band pass, and it is available in the form of, or band is available about the FC. It is not about the origin. That's what it is, band pass in nature. As it is in band pass in nature, it is a band pass signal. Once the right hand side, the left hand side is a band pass, automatically the right hand side should also be a band pass. That's what these components are, also band pass in nature. Band pass in nature, basically these components are low pass. Ni of t, Nq of t, basically they are low pass in nature. Because of the multiplication by cos 2 pi f ct, it is going to become band pass. Because of the sin 2 pi f ct multiplication term, it is going to become band pass. So Ni of t, Nq of t, basically they are low pass in nature, called as complex envelope. Called as complex envelope, where they are basically low pass in nature. As they are low pass in nature, because of this multiplication, similarly, your m of t is basically low pass. When it get multiplied by cos 2 pi f ct, it's going to become band pass. Triangle will be shifted about fc, and it's going to look like a band pass signal. If cos 2 pi f ct is not there, your m of t is basically low pass, a complex envelope about origin. When it get multiplied by the cos 2 pi f ct, somehow it is going to become band pass. Your modulation doing that only. Your modulation itself is converting low pass into a band pass by multiplying the given spectrum with cos pi f ct. So basically this component is low pass. Because of this multiplication, it is going to become band pass. Now what I want actually NQ of t I want only NQ of t, I don't want this. So which is basically a quadrature component of the n of t, where n of t is a band pass, but my NQ of t is low pass in nature. Just it is a low pass form of NQ of t. So n of t, n of t it is there at fc, NQ of t is there at origin because it is a low pass in nature. So I don't want this sign. I want only NQ of t because in my equation number 20 NQ of t is there. Sign is not there. So I want NQ of t from this. I can represent this in the form of S n q of f. S n q of f, power spectral density of the NQ of t, by using power spectral density of the n of t. N of t is having this. S n of f is this. So by this I get, this is what fc, total width is bt, this point is bt by 2, and this point is fc plus bt by 2, and it is fc minus bt by 2. Now when I shift this to origin, because I want to make it as low pass, so when I want to make it as a low pass, shift it to above origin. So NQ of t is low pass, same it is there with above origin. So it is like this. 0 dt by 2 dt by 2. This is what this diagram is very important. Figure D. So after getting figure D, ultimately getting figure D is very important. Okay. So now we start with, once again I will use the figure D. Anyway, you are clear, I think this topic is clear. How we get this SNQ of F, referring to Sn of F. Sn of F, it is what? Power spectral density of the n of t. N of t is a band pass signal, therefore power is there at Fc, power is there at minus Fc. Next is what? I want its quadrature component power spectral density, where quadrature component basically is low pass in nature. NQ of t is basically low pass. I don't want the sign term. So that low pass is represented like this. So it is SNQ of F. I know power spectral density of the SNQ of F. Once I know SNQ of F, then I need to think of SND of F. From the equation 20 back, and referring to this figure D, I will copy this diagram D once back, because next I need to move with a different diagrams referring with the diagram D. So I will once again draw the figure D, which is SNQ of F. 0 F. So what dt by 2 minus dt by 2. Okay. So after having the Sn q of F, I can think Sn d of F. Therefore, Sn d of F equals to, F is equals to what? F square AC square Sn q of F. What is the Sn q of F? It is having the value of N naught. The value is N naught. So with this I can write it is F square AC square into Sn q of F, which is N naught over the bandwidth modulus of F less than or equals to plus or minus dt by 2. Frequency less than plus or minus dt by 2, it is there. Your frequency greater than F greater than bt by 2, F less than minus bt by 2, it is going to become 0. So in the remaining portion it will be 0. Otherwise. So I call this as equation number 21. Okay, this is what the equation we obtained at the output of the discriminator. Again, back to that receiver model, FM receiver model. There is at the last there is one baseband filter, which is basically low pass filter. It's a baseband filter. That filter only passes the frequency components up to baseband signal band. That baseband signal is M of t. The band of the M of t is W. So I designed because my M of t is only up to the W. I want at the output I want M of t. I don't want any other components more than that. That's what I restrict the output of the discriminator spectrum to only 0 to W. For that purpose, I am using a low pass filter. So that low pass filter is having passband from 0 to W. Greater than that, it is eliminating all the components where W is always less than Bt by 2. W is always because Bt by 2 is what? A bit greater bandwidth. It's a WBFM bandwidth. Bt by 2 actually is related to WBFM bandwidth. Always we select W or we select Bt by 2 is greater. A sufficient message must be transmitted over a signal. At the receiver side, that's what I designed a band low pass filter to pass only a message. So, because of that, as W is less than Bt by 2 plus or minus, either take it both sides. Okay. So with this, now we try to draw this equation 21 diagrammatically first. Equation 21, Sn d of F. So what is the Sn d of F? Sn d of F is, what is the Sn d of F actually? So it is going to vary with the frequency. It's going to vary with the frequency. A square law. At f equal to 0, it is going to become 0. As f increases, it increases as square law concept. So please, this is very important. Representing the Sn d of f, referring to this equation. In the previous case, Sn q of f is a constant, but Sn d of f is not a constant. It is a function of frequency as a square. When f equal to 0, at this point, f equal to 0, Sn d of f is 0. But when f increases, it is increasing at the rate of square. A square means what? Very fast. That's what I will. It is going to look like Sn d of f. Equation 21. This is what the figure E. I'll take this figure E. Okay. So then it is the input to the low pass filter. This is the spectrum input to the low pass filter. PSD input to the low pass filter. The low pass filter pass band is W. The low pass filter passes 0 to W where W is less than BT. That's what I'll show this. It is my BT. So, but it is not always equal to BT at output of the low pass filter. Bandwidth is less than BT. I will take less than means this much. So it is there like this. This portion will be cut. So it is now available in the form of output of the low pass filter. A low pass filter, yes, and D of F. Figure F is very important. Actually, this is what going to be about. So, what the change in equation 21 with respect to figure F? Equation 21 is there in equation figure E. Figure F is not same as E. Small multiplication based on this condition. That's what I am writing now. S n d of F is equals to F square AC n naught, where modulus of F is less than or equal to W, not BT by 2, because W is less than BT by 2, 0 otherwise. This is equation number 20. Okay. Now I think we obtained some end of the mathematical expressions, end part of my today's topic discussion. Almost we are at the end of FM receiver model. Still it is not ended. Okay. So now we know power spectral density at the output of the receiver, including discriminator and low pass filter. Everything total I am taking now is what? Entire receiver output is available with this power spectral density of noise. Lossless component already we calculated average power Kf square and P. So we are discussing about what? Average power of the noise component and output of the receiver is like this. Power spectral density is like this. By this, I want to calculate average power of the noise component at receiver. Okay. So then, once we have power spectral density, then I can calculate average power. Okay. So then the average power of the output noise ND of T is obtained by integrating the PSD. Integration of PSD gives you average power. Integration of any signals PSD gives you average power. That is what? Integration. I will give you another important concept. Integration of a signal PSD gives average power. So means what? I am having PSD integrated, you will get average power. So take this equation 22 and start the integration process. You will come to know what the exact average power. Therefore, average power of the output noise receiver, output noise is equal to what? It is equal to minus W2 plus W integration, because this is what? Power spectral density present at output of the receiver, extended from minus W2 minus W. Okay, so integrate it. What is the equation 21? Actually, equation 21 is what? F square AC square N naught df. Power spectral density of the LD of F, SLD of F is this. Substitute, which is equals to N naught AC square is constant. N naught AC square is constant. Take it outside. Minus W to W F square df. Do the integration of that. N naught by AC square will give you answer for this. You know it is f square integration with respect to df, f cube divided by 3. So 1 by 3 in bracket f cube, it varies from plus w and minus w. If I do that process today, I will get 1 by 3 into 2w cube. 1 by 3 into 2w cube, which is equals to 2 by 3 n naught w cube divided by AC square. Average power. I think it is 23. Give the numbers proper. I think almost we had 23. I'll call this as equation number 23. That is the average power of the output noise, receiver output noise. Yes, now we know output noise, average power, we know signal power, average power. So once we know these two, I can calculate SNR naught. Okay? So therefore, SNR naught equals to what? Therefore, SNR not equals to signal power is what? Kf square P divided by 1 into divided by means I will take this into and invert it. AC square divided by 3 AC square divided by 2 N naught W cube. So finally your answer is going to become 3 AC square Kf square P divided by 2 N naught W cube. So SNR naught. I will take this as equation A because I am using it for now figure of merit. Okay, so what about SNRC? What about SNRC? That SNRC at input side of the discriminator, input of the discriminator is what? FM modulated signal S of t, which is AC cos 2 pi FCT plus 2 pi KF integration of 0 to t m of tau d tau. So that average power of that is what? 1 by 2 AC square. Average power AC square power 1 by 2 average. So signal component is x of t is the input. X of t is equals to what? X of t is equals to S of t plus N of t. What is the signal component average power? S of t is what? FM wave. FM wave S of t is 1 by 2 AC square. Then what is the noise average power at input side? Noise average power at input side in the given message bandwidth. Actually, noise power is equals to N naught BT. What is the BT in the message bandwidth? Message bandwidth is W. So N naught W. So direct answer for SNRC, which is common for all the three cases. So we know therefore SNRC is what? Average power of the S of t is, because average power of the SNRC at input of detector or demodulator is what x of t, which is equals to s of t plus n of t. Average power of this s of t. S of t is what? Fm. This Fm average power is 1 by 2 AC square, and this n of t average power in the message bandwidth is n naught w. Therefore, SNRC equals to AC square divided by 2W N naught. So once I know SNRC and SNR naught, then figure of merit. Therefore, figure of merit F equals to 3 SNR naught divided by SNRC, 3 AC square KF square P divided by 2 N naught W cube into 2W N naught divided by AC square. AC square can cancel. N naught 2 W cube and W square is left. So F equals to 3 KF square P divided by W square. This answer, I think it is equation SNRC is B and it is C. Equation C gives you figure of merit for the FM receiver. We obtain the figure of merit. A small information we need to add for the equation C. Okay. So another important part of this figure of merit. Delta F is equals to what? Frequency deviation delta F is equals to Kf into AM. Kf into AM. And delta F is influencing the bandwidth of the or deviation factor. Deviation factor D is equals to what? Delta F at maximum divided by highest frequency component of the message signal. W actually it is delta F corresponding to maximum amplitude of the signal divided by highest frequency component of the message signal. B and D are same, but D is for multitone, B for single tone. So the D is directly proportional to Kf. As it is directly proportional to delta F is also a function of this Kf. So I can say that delta F is D is directly proportional to Kf and D is inversely proportional to the W. I can take this equation simplified as F equals to 3D square P. This I will take as a square of Kf divided by W. Kf is influencing the delta F. Delta F divided by W is going to become D for your multitone signal. So F is going to become in the form of 3D square P. And you know, D is function of bandwidth. We are using D for bandwidth estimation purpose only. B and D are there a part of bandwidth estimation. As the D is related to directly proportional to the bandwidth, so once I increase the D, I am increasing the bandwidth. Once I increase the D, actually I am increasing the bandwidth. Once I increase the bandwidth, I get increased figure of merit. Okay, so that is what increased figure of merit means. What? A better noise performance of a receiver. What I am doing, I increase the value of D either by increasing the KF or by decreasing the W. Something I am doing. Anyway, I will do increment for D. What methods are available, you think it. If I increase the D, actually you are increasing the bandwidth requirement of a system. Because BT is directly proportional to D. So as you are increasing D means as you will increase the bandwidth. When you increase the bandwidth, there is a increase in the value of figure of merit, and hence the receiver is going to do a better noise performance. In starting we discussed there is an exchange offer. If you pay in terms of bandwidth, it gives you in terms of better noise performance. This is not there in amplitude modulation techniques. It is not there. You pay more bandwidth, there is no improvement in the noise performance. But it is there in the FM system. This is how we confirm the role of trade-off concept, exchange offer. Yes, mathematically we confirm figure of merit. Figure of merit increases, receiver noise performance is increasing. I can increase this by increasing the D at the spire very fast. So that is how the receiver of FM is going to give you whatever the figure of merit you want if you pay in terms of bandwidth. So with this, the topic FM receiver, noise in FM receiver completes. In the next class, we will move to the remaining topics. Anyway, please try to. Anyway, today I will give the notes of FM receiver. Please, I think nearly 8 to 10 page of derivation. This 8 to 10 page of derivation. Only thing is that you to go through the each and every mathematical aspects, theoretical aspects, and make a small amount of practice. Along with that, try to understand each and every concept of the FM receiver noise analysis. So ultimately, once you become master of this FM receiver noise analysis, you look like that AM and DSPSC noise receiver noise analysis. Very simple, maybe a 1 or 2 page information. So that's what you will upload the notes and you please practice it, try to understand. If you have any doubts or any confusion, you are free to ask the doubts at any time. Be perfect with this. I think it is one of the important concept in module 3. Okay. Suresh?